Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I am Nacho Libre.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we are the Office Blokes.
We indeed.
And we've got a Patreon page that Office Bloke Mike is going to tell you all about.
I'll give it a go.
Go on then.
Go and have a look at patreon.com. I'm putting Office Blokes React. If you fancy supporting our channel,
what's wrong?
Like numerous people have done already.
Have I done?
It'd be great to have your support anyway. We've really appreciated the support we've had up to now, so it's been great. So we'll go down there and check it out.
Yeah, good stuff. And Office Bloke Daz on Instagram is going to tell you about our two other channels.
Cheers, Office Bloke Dave on Instagram.
All right.
Yeah, we've got Office Blokes Try, where we try different things, including spicy ramen noodles today. That went down well.
Been proper thirsty since we hit them.
Yeah, definitely.
And we've got Office Blokes Podcast, where we talk shit on some things, and including in that is the new one, which is Office Blokes Confidential, where we've done a few of them already, and it's ready to come out. So that'll be out probably when will that be out, Dave?
I think we launch it. I think we have it won't just come out on a Thursday. Maybe it's a weekend thing. Sundays are our best day, so maybe a Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah, have a weekend maybe.
We'll
I think
chat about that.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Late at night.
Yeah.
It's going to need to be in.
If you dare.
Yep.
Yeah, and head over to Facebook and type in The Office Blokes and show some love over there as well. Please, thank you. So, top 10 most savage sports trash talkers. I see Conor McGregor is the first one they're showing.
Gobshite.
I think it's become such a big part of especially combat sports and boxing, MMA, things like that. It just is what it is.
I mean,
now,
it's always
isn't
been
it?
quite a big part of boxing, to be fair, hasn't it? Drum up, I still think quite a lot of it's fake.
Of course it is.
Trying to drum up interest, they have the fights at the news conferences and stuff like that, don't they? To try and get a bit of publicity for the fight coming up. So, it's just fair enough.
I love when you get trash talkers, and I can't think of the guy's name, the boxer.
Is it a British one?
No, it'll come to me in a minute, where he pretends to bum him from behind in the ring.
We saw that on one of the videos we did.
Saw the clip, didn't we?
He gave it a big and
when showboating goes wrong.
I can't think of his name.
That's right, yeah.
But anyway, I've lost me because I can't think of his name. My train of thought's gone. But I love seeing him getting banjoed at when they give it on the big one.
Yeah,
and then someone just beats him down. I love that.
Did you see, was it this weekend where whichever one of the Pauls is fighting Mayweather? Is it Logan Paul that's fighting him? Stole Mayweather's hat.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he did that, he had merch all over his website that said, "I've got your hat" across it, and T-shirts that say, "I've got your hat." It was all a publicity stunt.
Of course it was. I've read the headline of that. I didn't watch it because I thought, well, it's just part of the fun, isn't it?
It's pathetic.
Publicity, and I'm thinking,
imagine that shit these two can sort, though, right?
Yeah, quite a lot.
I'm just going to bullshit man's going to come in and just bullshit.
Bullshit.
I mean, I suppose Muhammad Ali used to do it to a certain extent, but he was just good though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He had the humour as well, didn't he? He could back it up, but he was funny at the same time, wasn't he? But some of them are just
I think there's going to be some good ones.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna do nothing. Nobody can do nothing up here to me.
Dishing out a little verbal abuse was never a problem for these athletes. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best trash talkers in sports.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
For this list, we're looking at current and former athletes who reveled in their ability to badmouth their opponents.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm gonna set it for you real quick. LOB.
Number 10, Ronda Rousey.
Need that charming bitch.
Between 2011 and 2015, Ronda Rousey was the most dominant female mixed martial artist on the planet. She defended her title at the UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship 7 times, often defeating her opponents in less than a minute. During this time, Rousey wasn't afraid to voice her opinions on other fighters, and would often berate them with strings of verbal taunts during pre-fight press conferences. Alas, her unexpected loss to Holly Holm in 2015 seems to have humbled her some, proving that the quickest way to shut someone up is to beat them at their own game.
I was like in the medical room, and I was like down in the corner. I was sitting in the corner, and I was like, what am I anymore if I'm not this?
Number 9, Shannon Sharp.
Snot bubbles and everything. She got her arse handed to her.
I dare you to do that to her face if you know me.
I'll give it a spank and swipe.
You'll get turned into a pretzel in front of everyone.
Yeah.
She'll be on top of you going.
Do I have to pay for that?
Yeah.
That's extra.
Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, Shannon Sharp dominated the NFL. The 6'2" tight end was the perfect combination of size, speed, and skill, making it a nightmare for other players to try and defend him. He won 3 Super Bowls during his career and set numerous positional records. Why are we telling you this? Because Sharp's dominance is what allowed him to be one of the most ruthless trash talkers to ever step on an NFL field.
I've called the president. President, we need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
It didn't matter if he was giving it to opposing players, fans, or even his own teammates. Sharp could chew you up and spit you out with ease. Number 8, John McEnroe.
My daughters are over there. I think it's mixed. They think I'd probably lose this Serena. I believe that I could still take her.
You do.
Honest.
Since its inception, the sport of tennis has been synonymous with the upper class, a gentleman's game meant to be treated with respect. However, in the late 70s, one man came along who trash-talked his opponents, berated umpires, and generally got under the skin of all who opposed him. And
when I was a kid, I used to love watching McEnroe.
He was just a character. He was just different, wasn't he?
Loved it.
You know. Because before him, sort of at the same time, you had Bjorn Borg, I think, didn't you?
Of course he was. Jimmy
Ice
Connors.
Cool.
Yeah.
Borg was just ice cool. The one
Yeah.
you never heard a peep out of him. But yeah, then you had him, then Connors. What characters? Great
This guy had so much bad attitude and anger and
temporary.
comedy. He had comedy. It was comedy. You know, you got the other one now, the Australian kid.
Yeah.
Like an Australian Serb sort of thing. I can't think of his name. Anyway.
that man was John McEnroe. The kicker was that he could back it up on the court, spending 170 weeks as the top-ranked tennis player in the world between 1980 and 1985. For an example of McEnroe's trash-talking abilities, look no further than the time he said of his rival Ivan Lendl, quote, "I've got more talent in my pinky than Lendl has in his whole body."
You topped yourself, sir. You told NPR that if Serena Williams were on the men's circuit, she'd be like number 700 in the world, okay?
Number 7, Richard Sherman. What is it about Richard Sherman that makes opponents lose their minds? The Seattle Seahawks cornerback has gone toe-to-toe with some of the NFL's best wide receivers, and more often than not, they end up losing their cool. While Sherman is arguably one of the best at his position, there is a case to be made that his trash-talking game is so strong that it's part of the reason he continues to dominate on the field. Who could forget his battle with Michael Crabtree in the 2013 NFC Championship game? Attempting to shake a man's hand after embarrassing him with your skill is a bold move. Number 6, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
I think I've earned the right, to call myself TBE.
Sporting an all-time record of 49-0, Mayweather is considered one of the greatest boxers to ever strap on the gloves. However, his skill inside the ring is often overshadowed by his constant need to destroy opponents with strings of profanity-laden smack talk. His list of victims stretches from opponents all the way up to renowned boxing analyst Larry Merchant, whom he infamously said should be fired after a 2011 championship fight. To fight Mayweather is to be his punching bag in the ring and his trash talk depository outside of it.
Good pause.
He's got nothing to say, by the way.
I love Takati.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about these Watch Mojo compilations and stuff is all they do is talk about it and they don't really give examples. Like I want Mayweather talking some shit.
Yeah, I've a few clips of him actually coming out with something.
I guess they do it for copyright reasons because they want the video's monetized or whatever, but we need some examples. We need to hear him giving someone some abuse, don't we?
Yeah,
exactly.
He can talk more shite than anyone.
Oh, he's got plenty of it, hasn't he? Absolutely plenty.
Anyway.
As especially evidenced during the promotional tour for the highly anticipated boxing match between him and Conor McGregor in Las Vegas. Number 5, Conor McGregor. The UFC has produced a number of impressive trash talkers over the years. All one needs to do is listen to Chael Sonnen destroy Anderson Silva over and over again to know that MMA is a sport where you need to be tough before, during, and after a fight. However, Conor McGregor is in a league of his own.
If I was to compare myself and yourself, all I would have to do is go to the numbers, because at the end of the day, the numbers do not lie.
The Irish fighter goes well beyond the call of duty when discussing his opponents, verbally emasculating them before the fight has even begun.
Your whole suit, my socks were worth more than your whole suit you had on, you little bum. you broke.
This gives him the psychological edge long before he steps into the octagon. His trash-talking game is so strong, one can't help but look on in admiration, with the lead-up to his first professional boxing match against the undefeated Mayweather at the T-Mobile Arena a particularly interesting watch.
His little legs, his little core, his little head. I'm gonna knock him out inside 4 rounds, mark my words.
Number 4.
It's a proper little...
All right, Lofty. Is he talking about himself then?
Didn't quite work out like that, did it?
He's a proper little scally, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's just he's able to back it up. But I've heard that exact same trash talking, just kids around here to each other.
Chad Johnson. The man formerly known as Ocho Cinco was one of the most talented trash talkers to ever play the game of football.
Anybody that writes about whatever I say today, you call me Ocho Cinco. Do not say Chad.
The Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver famously kept a list of the cornerbacks he faced in his locker, crossing out their names in post-game interviews when they failed to cover him. Johnson would climb inside the minds of his opponents and rattle their cages with stunning consistency. However, the best part about Johnson was that he could put his money where his mouth was, retiring as a 6-time Pro Bowler with over 11,000 receiving yards. Number 3. Michael Jordan. For 2 decades, the NBA watched in awe as Michael Jordan ran roughshod over anyone and everyone who got in his way. And, much like the others on this list, he utilized trash talk with great efficiency. MJ would constantly call his moves during games, infuriating defenders as he swooped by them on the way to the hoop. Jordan didn't care who you were. If you got in his way, you were going to be subjected to a wave of no-holds-barred verbal abuse. And that included teammates, as one story has Jordan denying a teammate the right to wear his Air Jordan shoes by quipping, quote, "My sneakers are for all-stars." Ouch. Number 2.
I suppose he's going to give all the money back in sales for his shoes that everyone bought that isn't an all-star then.
I'm sure, yeah.
There's millions of dollars when everyone's buying Jordans.
But when you've got your Jordans on, you think you're an all-star. That's the...
Can you imagine if there was Office Blokes shoes and then you see some guy wearing it in the street and you go, and you're not fit to wear Office Blokes shoes. It's a bit of a dick move, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson. Whereas many of the others on this list like to poke fun at their opponents as a way of throwing them off their game, Mike Tyson took trash talking to a much scarier level. His rants are the stuff of legend, with the ferocious heavyweight boxer once infamously threatening to eat Lennox Lewis's children during a post-fight interview. And that's just scratching the surface.
My style is impeccable.
I don't think Lewis had any children at the time.
That's even more sinister.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
My defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Iron Mike couldn't cross the line because he didn't even know the line existed. He terrified people with his pre- and post-fight tirades, often using profanity to hammer his points home. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Right. But we didn't have to ask T.O.
No.
He just wanted y'all to see how good he looked.
Hey, I don't know if it's the light, but I look good. I look good. And I tell you what, the NBA is giving out money too, because boy, y'all looking, woo.
And then you have the all-important guys like Sean Avery, the king of all agitators.
Center ice and Avery fired the first 2, and Tucker comes back.
I knew I was.
Should have Devin Larratt on this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's the absolute king of it.
Beast of a trash talker he is, isn't he?
So, I was like, this ref, the ref was intimidated by his talk, but a lot of guys, like you said, it's not malicious, it's just what you're doing.
I just hated when a guy thought he could guard me, to be honest with you. I'm like, dude, please, just work hard, but you can't stop me.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Muhammad Ali.
There you go.
He's too ugly to be the world champ. The world champ should be pretty like me.
In the pantheon of sports trash talkers, one man reigns supreme. The moment the cameras began to roll, Muhammad Ali would explode into a devastating and eloquently assembled rant aimed to humiliate and mentally disable his opponents.
Know what I did last week? Last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
The man who came to be known as simply the greatest earned that name by being an unstoppable force in the ring and a downright vicious smack talker outside of it.
Well, let me finish. Let me talk. This boy's modest. I'm the greatest. He's not a talker. I'm going to fight Sonny Liston right after I annihilate Henry Cooper.
He would regularly insult, taunt, and berate his rivals with never-before-seen precision. The problem for his opponents was simple. Ali was the best, and he knew it.
Look like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other...
I kind of wish there was modern-day recordings of him doing that.
Yeah,
because
he's a bit more.
He obviously was good at it, wasn't he?
He's a really, really good talker. I've seen him on a few interviews. One of them was on, was it Michael Parkinson, I think he did. Great interview. The guy was so eloquent and so intelligent, he really was.
Yeah.
He's a top bloke.
Yeah, it's just we need examples more.
I agree.
I think so, yeah,
I 100%
definitely.
agree on that.
I think people in the comments are going to agree with that as well. You know,
I think so. You want to hear what the trash talking is, what the best one line is from them, at least.
Actually hear the lines.
There was a little bit in there. There was a little bit of Conor McGregor.
A few
and
bits
stuff,
and bobs, weren't there?
Yeah,
But,
none of it was like the actual to the bone stuff.
Yeah,
that
need
he's
more,
said.
don't we?
Just calling him a short arse doesn't really going to cut it, is it?
It's got to be a bit better than that, but...
Anyway, hope you guys like that too. Don't forget like and subscribe across all 3 channels, please. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.